Brian Dillon is a writer who has thought a lot about motivation. His work delves deep into the intricacies of what drives us, what keeps us going, and how we can harness that drive to achieve our goals. Dillon's insights are not just theoretical, they are practical and applicable to everyday life. He has spent years researching and understanding the nuances of human motivation, making him a leading voice in this field. He knows it can be hard to stay focused and excited about our goals. Many of us start with enthusiasm but find it waning over time. The daily grind, distractions, and setbacks can make it challenging to maintain that initial spark. Dillon addresses these common struggles and offers strategies to overcome them. He emphasizes the importance of understanding our own triggers and barriers to motivation. In his book, Staying Motivated, Dillon shares simple but powerful ideas to help us find and keep our motivation. The book is filled with practical tips, real-life examples, and actionable advice. Dillon breaks down complex psychological concepts into easy-to-understand language, making it accessible to everyone. Whether you're a student, a professional, or someone looking to make a change, his book offers valuable insights. Dillon believes that motivation is not something we are born with. It's not an inherent trait that some people possess while others don't. Instead, he argues that motivation is a dynamic and evolving skill. This perspective is empowering because it means that anyone can develop and enhance their motivation with the right tools and mindset. It is not a talent that some people have and others don't. This democratizes the concept of motivation, making it accessible to everyone. Dillon's approach is inclusive, recognizing that people from all walks of life can benefit from understanding and applying motivational principles. He provides examples from diverse backgrounds, showing that motivation is a universal need. Instead, he sees motivation as a skill. Like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and improved over time. This means that with dedication and effort, anyone can become more motivated. Dillon offers exercises and techniques to help individuals build their motivational muscles. These practices are designed to be integrated into daily routines, making them practical and sustainable. Like any skill, we can learn and improve it with practice. Dillon emphasizes the importance of consistency and perseverance. He encourages readers to set small, achievable goals and to celebrate their progress along the way. By doing so, individuals can build momentum and maintain their motivation over the long term. Dillon's approach is both realistic and optimistic, offering hope to those who struggle with staying motivated. This means that anyone can become more motivated. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is your willingness to put in the effort. Dillon's message is one of empowerment and possibility. He believes that everyone has the potential to achieve their goals, no matter how big or small. By understanding and applying the principles of motivation, individuals can unlock their full potential. It doesn't matter if you are a student, an artist, or just want to make positive changes in your life. Dillon's advice is applicable to all areas of life. Whether you're looking to excel academically, pursue a creative passion, or make healthier lifestyle choices, his book provides the guidance you need. He offers practical steps and strategies that can be tailored to fit your unique circumstances and goals. Dillon's book offers practical advice that anyone can use. It's not just about theory, it's about actionable steps that can make a real difference. He provides exercises, worksheets, and reflection prompts to help readers apply what they've learned. By engaging with these tools, individuals can develop a deeper understanding of their own motivations and how to harness them effectively. Dillon's book is a guide for anyone who wants to feel more in control of their lives. It's about taking charge of your own destiny and making intentional choices that align with your goals and values. Dillon's approach is holistic, addressing both the mental and emotional aspects of motivation. He encourages readers to cultivate a positive mindset and to develop habits that support their long-term success. It is about understanding the science of motivation and using it to our advantage. Dillon delves into the latest research in psychology and neuroscience to explain how motivation works. He breaks down complex concepts into digestible insights, making the science accessible to everyone. By understanding the underlying mechanisms of motivation, individuals can make informed choices and develop strategies that work for them. Dillon's book is a valuable resource for anyone looking to enhance their motivation and achieve their goals. We often think of motivation as a feeling of excitement or passion. It's that spark that gets us out of bed in the morning, the rush of energy that propels us forward. We imagine it as this almost magical force that suddenly strikes, filling us with the drive to achieve our goals and dreams. But what if I told you that this common perception of motivation is not entirely accurate? We wait for this feeling to strike before we start a project or chase a dream. We sit around hoping for that burst of inspiration to hit us, thinking that only then will we be ready to take action. This waiting game can be incredibly frustrating. We might find ourselves staring at a blank page, a blank canvas, or an untouched project, feeling stuck and unmotivated. The longer we wait, the more daunting the task seems, and the more we doubt our ability to get started. However, Dillon argues that waiting for inspiration can lead to procrastination and missed opportunities. He points out that this approach often results in us putting off important tasks, sometimes indefinitely. We miss out on chances to grow, learn, and achieve because we're waiting for a feeling that may never come. The empty stage symbolizes the opportunities we let slip by, and the clock reminds us of the time we've wasted. Procrastination becomes a cycle that's hard to break, leaving us feeling disappointed and unfulfilled. Instead of waiting for motivation to hit us, Dillon suggests we should focus on building it. He believes that motivation is not something that just happens to us, it's something we can actively create. By taking deliberate steps to cultivate motivation, we can overcome the inertia that holds us back. This involves setting clear goals, making detailed plans, and organizing our tasks in a way that makes them manageable. It's about creating a structure that supports our efforts and keeps us moving forward, even when we don't feel particularly inspired. He encourages us to break down big goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. This approach makes our objectives seem less overwhelming and more achievable. When we look at a large goal, it can feel intimidating and out of reach, but by dividing it into smaller steps, we can tackle each part one at a time, building momentum as we go. Writing down our goals and creating a to-do list helps us stay focused and organized. It gives us a clear roadmap to follow, making it easier to see our progress and stay motivated. This makes our goals less daunting and easier to start. When we break tasks into smaller pieces, we reduce the psychological barriers that prevent us from getting started. Each small step we take builds our confidence and reinforces our sense of accomplishment. As we tick off completed tasks, we feel a sense of relief and satisfaction, which fuels our motivation to keep going. This positive feedback loop helps us maintain our momentum and stay on track, even when the going gets tough. Dillon emphasizes that motivation often follows action. This means that instead of waiting to feel motivated before we should start taking action to generate motivation. The act of doing something, no matter how small, can create a sense of progress and achievement that boosts our motivation. When we see ourselves making headway, it encourages us to keep going. This shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering, as it puts us in control of our motivation rather than being at its mercy. This means that sometimes the best way to feel motivated is to simply start doing something, even if we don't feel like it at first. Taking that initial step can be the hardest part, but it's also the most crucial. Once we begin, we often find that the task isn't as difficult as we imagined, and we start to get into a flow. Our focus sharpens and we become more engaged with the work. This engagement creates a sense of purpose and drive that propels us forward, making it easier to continue. By taking those first few steps, we often find that motivation naturally follows. The act of starting creates a momentum that carries us through the task. As we become more involved in the work, our motivation grows, and we find ourselves more committed to seeing it through. This process helps us overcome the initial resistance and builds a habit of taking action, which in turn makes it easier to start future tasks. It's a cycle of positive reinforcement that strengthens our ability to stay motivated over the long term. This understanding of motivation as a process, rather than a feeling, is key to Dillon's approach. He teaches us that motivation is something we can cultivate through our actions and mindset. By shifting our focus from waiting for inspiration to actively creating it, we can take control of our productivity and achieve our goals more effectively. This perspective empowers us to take charge of our lives and make consistent progress, regardless of how we feel in the moment. It's a powerful reminder that we have the ability to shape our own motivation and ultimately, our success. One of Dillon's key messages is the power of small steps. He believes that by focusing on small, incremental actions, we can achieve even the most daunting of tasks. This philosophy is rooted in the idea that every journey, no matter how long or challenging, begins with a single step. By taking one step at a time, we can gradually build momentum and make steady progress towards our goals. This approach not only makes large tasks more manageable, but also helps to maintain motivation and prevent burnout. Dillon often uses the analogy of climbing a staircase where each step represents a small action that brings us closer to our ultimate goal. By breaking down our tasks into smaller, more manageable steps, we can make consistent progress and avoid feeling overwhelmed. He argues that breaking down large tasks into smaller, more manageable ones can make a big difference in our motivation. When we see a massive task in front of us, it can be intimidating and discouraging. However, by dividing it into smaller tasks, we can create a series of achievable milestones. Each milestone we reach gives us a sense of accomplishment and boosts our confidence. This method also allows us to track our progress more effectively, as we can see the tangible results of our efforts. Dillon emphasizes that this approach is not just about making tasks easier, but about creating a sustainable path to success. By focusing on one small task at a time, we can maintain our motivation and keep moving forward, even when the overall goal seems far away. When we focus on completing smaller steps, we gain a sense of accomplishment that propels us forward. Each small victory serves as a reminder that we are capable of achieving our goals, no matter how big they may be. This sense of accomplishment is crucial for maintaining motivation and building momentum. Dillon often highlights the importance of celebrating these small wins, as they provide the positive reinforcement needed to keep going. By acknowledging and celebrating our progress, we can stay motivated and continue to push ourselves towards our larger goals. This approach also helps to build resilience, as we learn to appreciate the value of persistence and hard work. Dillon also stresses the importance of setting clear and specific goals. He believes that having a clear vision of what we want to achieve is essential for success. Without clear goals, it can be difficult to stay focused and motivated. Dillon suggests that we take the time to define our goals in detail, outlining exactly what we want to achieve and why it is important to us. This clarity helps to create a sense of purpose and direction, making it easier to stay on track and avoid distractions. By setting specific goals, we can also create a roadmap for achieving them, breaking down the larger goal into smaller, actionable steps. Vague goals can be difficult to work towards because we don't know what steps to take. When our goals are not clearly defined, it can be challenging to create a plan of action. This lack of clarity can lead to confusion and frustration, making it harder to stay motivated. Dillon emphasizes that clear goals provide a sense of direction, helping us to focus our efforts and make steady progress. By taking the time to define our goals in detail, we can create a clear path to success and avoid the pitfalls of vague and undefined objectives. Clear goals provide a roadmap, making it easier to stay on track and measure our progress. When we have a clear vision of what we want to achieve, we can create a detailed plan for reaching our goals. This plan serves as a roadmap, guiding us through each step of the process and helping us to stay focused and motivated. By regularly checking our progress against our goals, we can make adjustments as needed and ensure that we are on the right track. Dillon believes that this approach is essential for achieving long-term success, as it allows us to stay organized and maintain a sense of direction. For example, instead of setting a goal to write a book, Dillon suggests breaking it down into smaller steps like write for 30 minutes each day. This approach makes the larger goal feel less overwhelming and more achievable. By focusing on small, consistent actions, we can make steady progress towards our goal without feeling discouraged. Dillon also recommends setting specific milestones, such as completing one chapter per week. These milestones provide a sense of accomplishment and help to keep us motivated. By breaking down our goals into smaller, manageable steps, we can create a clear path to success and avoid feeling overwhelmed by the magnitude of the task, or complete one chapter per week. This approach makes the larger goal feel less overwhelming and more achievable. By focusing on small, consistent actions, we can make steady progress towards our goal without feeling discouraged. Dillon also recommends setting specific milestones, such as completing one chapter per week. These milestones provide a sense of accomplishment and help to keep us motivated. By breaking down our goals into smaller, manageable steps, we can create a clear path to success and avoid feeling overwhelmed by the magnitude of the task. This approach makes the larger goal feel less overwhelming and more achievable. By focusing on small, consistent actions, we can make steady progress towards our goal without feeling discouraged. Dillon also recommends setting specific milestones, such as completing one chapter per week. These milestones provide a sense of accomplishment and help to keep us motivated. By breaking down our goals into smaller, manageable steps, we can create a clear path to success and avoid feeling overwhelmed by the magnitude of the task. Dillon also encourages us to embrace imperfection. He reminds us that it's okay to make mistakes and that setbacks are a natural part of the process. Instead of being discouraged by imperfections, we should view them as opportunities for learning and growth. Fear of failure is a common barrier to motivation. Dillon advises us to acknowledge these fears but not let them paralyze us. He suggests reframing failure as feedback and using it as an opportunity to adjust our approach. Dillon reminds us that everyone experiences setbacks. It's how we choose to respond to them that determines our success. By embracing imperfection and overcoming fear, we can build resilience and maintain our motivation over the long term.